Hi, Adam.
Hi,
Hello.
hello.
Hi. So good to see you. So great to talk to you right
I
now after all
know,
this.
I know. What 2 days, what difference 2 or 3 days make or a week make? Because I interviewed you like 3 days ago and you were just a
Yeah.
candidate. And now
And now, Miss Universe
you're
Bahrain.
Miss Universe Bahrain.
Oh, it's so hard to
Congratulations.
believe. Oh, thank you so much, Adam. It's so good to talk to you again and for this win as well. So I'm grateful.
First of all, I would like to thank Mama Josh Eugene and the entire Miss Universe Bahrain organization for allowing me to interview you at this moment.
Yes, I'm grateful for the two of them.
So, how do you feel that you're now officially the new Miss Universe Bahrain?
Man, well, I think it's starting to finally sink in. Last night when I first got it, it was a lot to process. I still didn't even believe that I got it when I was announced. I didn't even know how to react. I almost I kind of froze almost. Um, but it was an exhilarating moment, and I immediately jump into interviews. Um, and I just felt so honored that I've been trusted with the responsibility of waving the flag of Bahrain. I want to thank, of course, Josh and Ian for having so much faith in me, Evelyn for being such a positive role model, and just my friends and family for all of their support, all of the people that have helped me prepare me to where I am now for this competition. Um, I'm just so grateful for all the people that have boosted me up, and this has all been an amazing journey.
How's been your day? How's been your first day as Miss Universe Bahrain so far?
No, not at the moment. Well, currently I'm in my home in Bahrain. Well, for the first day, for today, I just kind of woke up and had to go to a first interview. And we were starting to talk about some of the schedule and the things that are going to be happening for the next few months, preparing and all of that. And it's a lot, and it's really exciting. And this is only the beginning. So I'm just like, so excited to travel and travel to train. Um, I know it's going to be a lot of work, and that's the exciting things. I have this amazing team that I get to work with to prepare me for El Salvador. That's an honor.
Well, yes, yes. You've wanted this for so long,
Oh
and now
gosh,
you're
yeah,
getting it.
exactly. All this work, it was completely worth it.
Did you expect to win?
Oh gosh. Well, I think throughout the second year, I thought, well, I did almost have a bit of a leg up because I prepared and had the experience of last year. But of course, I didn't know. I think at every turn, I wasn't completely sure. But leading up to the results, I think I was feeling like I had the shot and I could get crowned. Of course, I always went back and forth with thinking I have it, and thinking that maybe I have to prepare myself with the possibility of not having it. Um, but I'm just so shocked and still can't believe the result. Almost just felt like all of it a dream.
What was going through your head before the announcement when the seven of you were standing up there waiting for the announcement?
Oh, well, I think when it got to, how do you say, when I was announced the Lady Code ambassador, which I was very happy to, I love their brand. But I do remember at that point, I thought, ooh, I need to be prepared for the idea that I may not have this. Because I think beforehand, I was getting excited with the idea of being Miss Universe Bahrain. But I had to prepare myself for uh, the idea of not having it, but also comforting myself in the way that I did everything that I could, and all the rest is up to fate and chance and what is meant to be. And I'm just so happy that this was meant to be.
Yeah, because from my end, when the moment I learned that you were signing up for Miss Universe Bahrain, I thought she really has to get it because last you have already been impressing us since last year, and you were so
Oh,
close to winning last
yes.
year, right?
I know. Well,
Yeah, so
I am so proud of Evelyn for getting it, and she did a beautiful job this year representing Bahrain. I definitely have some shoes to fill there, um, but I'm grateful that I didn't get it last year because I felt like I had a lot to learn, and I think this was the right moment. People talk about the divine right timing, and I think this was divine right timing.
yeah, yeah. I'm so glad that you're finally getting it. I mean, I'm curious to ask, how did you know that this was the right time for you're only 19 years old, right?
I'll be 19 by the time I get to El Salvador.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
19, and for most people, it's still a very young age. So,
Yeah.
what made you? How did you know that this was the right time for you to make the perfect comeback for Miss Universe Bahrain?
Ooh, well, going into Miss Universe Bahrain the first year, that was just the beginning for me. And it was really more an introduction for me. I didn't know much about the pageant world. And only that year, I was only starting to research about it. And it all felt new. I think I knew it was the right time. And I didn't, after the first year and the results, I didn't immediately decide that I wanted to join again. It took some time. I think that came from me serving my community. I was doing work here in Bahrain, working with charities and organizations, and then having that advocacy find me in a way. Um, and I think through all of that experience and slowly learning that I could be representative for my country, and I started to have that faith in myself that I could be a leader, I could be a voice for Bahrain and the Gulf countries, the Arabian Gulf countries. I thought that I do deserve a second shot at the crown. I believe that I can be representative of my country. I'm ready now.
When you speak, you're always self-assured. You're
Oh,
always
thank you.
self-assured. I don't know if how your parents raised you to be this self-assuring, confident, mature woman at such a young age.
Oh,
Like, how were you raised?
gosh. Well, it wasn't always like this, Adam. The thing is, I grew up with having social anxiety, which was really hard. It's been a hard journey for me. Um, when I was young and even it's been a thing that's only started to wear off now, but I used to be very conscious about the things that I was saying and I was fearful when I'd start speaking. And even before when I'd have to do interviews and early interviews for Miss Universe Bahrain in the past, it would seem like a very huge thing to go through for me. And I went in very nervous and I felt like I needed to do a million different types of preparations to get me in the mode of talking like this. I think I am very grateful for how my parents have raised me. I think they've always treated me with love and given me the time to learn my own way. And as I talked about with my learning disability, they trusted me in going my own path and discovering what was right for me. And I have to owe some of my growth to Miss Universe as well, uh, because this is such a platform where women have to speak and they have to speak their truth and they have to speak powerfully. That forced me out of my comfort zone immediately. It was almost a shortcut to bypassing my social anxiety and bypassing that block I had because I had to be on and speak from the heart and speak with such presence. I think that's what forced me out of that and gotten for me to this point now where I can finally speak what's on my mind and not be afraid.
Yeah, it's hard because every time we hear you speak, it's so hard to imagine that you went through such a difficult situation earlier in life. So, yeah, you said it has been a hard journey for you. So, I would like to ask, what lesson did it teach you?
I think it taught me that no matter what life circumstances you have started with, or no matter what struggles you have been going through, whether it's a learning disability, social anxiety, depression, or any kind of struggle or difficulty, there is a way to overcome it. And it may not be in the way that you think it will come, but I think if you go with the mindset that you can grow, having a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset, that's important. Knowing that humans are capable of change. Even some of the people that we most admire and are at the top, even some of the previous Miss Universes, Catriona, Pia, Sushmita, they were all at a point where maybe they felt hopeless or they weren't feeling confident in themselves. But through believing in themselves and through pushing hard enough, even through all the hard times, even through all of the doubts, that is where you have to go. That is, you have to push because you have to know that you will get to the shore even though you don't know what it looks like. Swimming through that sea, you will find the shore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm glad that you were able to find it along the way. Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. So how do you feel? I feel like you're on top of the world right now. And for sure, the last time we spoke, I think you're about to be attending an art exhibit this month because of
Yes.
your love for the art. So I wonder, for sure, many people will be interested to attend your event. Very, very good, knowing that you're now the newly crowned Miss Universe Bahrain.
Yes, that's something I'm really, really excited about. So that is happening September 10th. And for any of you in Bahrain, come and visit. It's at the Safia Kanu Art Hub, and that is actually my aunt's art gallery. So it's quite beautiful. We have art running through the family and a lot of creatives in our family, and it's beautiful that she created this space for artists and Bahraini artists to come together and showcase their work. And it's actually a group art show. It's not just for me. I built a group with some friends that I met at a sketch night. It was a casual sketch night, and we formed this group, and we're gonna showcase our work all together. And they're such a talented batch. I'm so inspired by all of them. I've seen some of their work already, and it's blown my mind, honestly. And I'm just so excited to have all this work up and to showcase the art of the Bahraini youth. That's one of the first things they were very excited about, was showcasing our work. The gallery itself was saying, you all are the young generation, you all are the youth, and to have your work being showcased, it even encourages some of the youth in Bahrain to get their art out there and get their art to that gallery. So I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for my group. I love all of them to pieces. So that's an exciting thing. September 10th, Safia Kanu Art Hub. If you want to join, please do.
Next week, that's already next week. So,
Next
so
week,
it's a
yeah.
family. So it's a family affair. You come from a family of artsy people.
Yeah, well, it's a very mixed batch. I'm a part of the Kanu family, a great family here in Bahrain. Um, it's a very mixed group, but I have noticed that there are some artists in my family, also doctors as well. A really beautiful thing is that my grandfather was actually the doctor for the royal family. He was the first Bahraini doctor for the royal family, and that's a beautiful thing. And even my dad, he says that I get my healing hands from him. My family, my mom and dad, they kind of call me a healer. So that's another beautiful thing that I feel like I got from my grandfather.
What type of art do you do? Do you paint? Do you draw?
Yeah, I do a lot of different things, but I love doing digital art, which I just program. I use a program, and it's still the same way as traditional drawing. It's very similar, but it's just on a digital platform. And I do painting, traditional painting as well, but I love using this new modern medium as well.
So in the shall we see you opening or launching your own exhibit in the near future?
That would be very exciting. I did do a few exhibitions before. Actually, I only did one before. I did another collective art show when I was younger, and it was just to bring a lot of artists that were into anime, which is that Japanese pop culture. And then now this year, seasoning that and getting a tight-knit group for this art show that's coming up. And I hope to have more in the future because it's such a beautiful experience of getting in touch with these artists. And I would love to have my own exhibit one day. That'd be amazing.
I'm curious to ask, what motivated you to get into art?
Well, I think like I mentioned before, with my learning disability, that was a struggle for me in terms of the fact that I didn't succeed in traditional subjects. And
Ooh.
I found it that I excelled in arts and ballet. That's where I found my confidence. And I noticed that my brain operated in more of a creative settings. I thrived on creative settings. Um, and the thing is, like, not only do I just love art for what it is, but I owe a lot to the arts because it pulled me out of those dark times. Um, Feeling like I couldn't achieve, I wasn't equal to my peers at school, or feeling like I couldn't get the basic grades that I want. I felt so terrible. I was failing almost all my classes in fourth grade. That was difficult for me. But when I finally got diagnosed, my doctor even said she has bypassed some of her learning disability because she has found her own methods of getting over it. And I think that for me was the arts and working in a more of a creative mindset. Um, so bringing that forward with me, I still love the arts, and I think it's something that I will still do and continue to pursue in the future. Um, Even my university, I will be going into acting and film because I still love and have that appreciation for the arts and the performance arts. So I just love it.
And now, wow, really? You have plans of doing a movie, or yeah, or even at the very least sharing your love for the arts, crossing over
Yes,
to.
yes. I mean, I have actually a few films coming up. I've already done a really big short film within this year, and that's going to be released soon. There's going to be a sequel to that, and there's even going to be a feature-length film that I've been signed on for um, later
Wait,
within the next year. So I'm extremely excited, and also finally going to school to that, and maybe even learning more about my craft. That's really exciting. And it's a creative school too. So not only would I want to learn acting and film, but I'd also want to play all different kinds of hats and go maybe into my drawing again and go into dance and go into my other passions. Um, so yeah, that's what's lined up.
wait, wow, you're multitasking. You're doing a lot of things at the same time. Wait,
Is
wait, are you still
everything
in school?
what was that?
Are you what? Are you still in school?
I know I've graduated from high school, but I will be going into college around next fall.
What do you plan to take up?
I'll be at the University for the Creative Arts in the UK, and that's where I'll be studying acting and film.
So you're currently on vacation.
Yeah, well, now it's fulfilling my Miss Universe Bahrain duties, which feels like a pre-college almost.
Yes, yeah, thanks for sharing that. Because I was just wondering from where I'm sitting at while listening to your story, like, you know, you just said that, you're about to go to school while doing a lot of exciting projects along the way. Then you're now the new queen of your land. So how do you juggle all these things at the same time?
Oh my
How do you
gosh,
manage your time?
that has been the question this whole time. And I think what I was really trying to search for my answer for that, and really, I don't know how I juggle all of it. I think the beautiful thing is that I have a great support system in helping me and supporting me in completing all of that. It's really hard for one person to be able to do all of that and stay afloat. And while I do have that individual motivation and drive to complete all the things that I do, I think my parents and my friends, they've helped me stay afloat, and they've helped me be able to conquer all the things that I need to. And despite how busy things get, we always find a way to do it. And it feels like how did we just complete all that? But somehow it happens, and I'm grateful for doing all the stuff that I do. I wouldn't drop any of it, to be honest.
Wow. Wow. Where is this sense of activism coming from at such a young age?
God, you know, the motivation with coming with those with activism and working with my community. I before didn't believe that I could be someone that could reach out to my community, but I think it was thanks to Miss Universe that taught me and actually gave me that idea that I could be someone in my community that could reach out to others that could really help. Um, I think a lot of people they don't why some people may not be engaging in their communities because they don't see themselves as someone that could be a humanitarian, someone who could be a voice and actually making a difference in their country. Um, but I think the beautiful thing is at least me starting a ripple. You know, I alone can't send a wave, but I can start the ripple. And I think if we reach out to enough people, and that's what I've learned from this whole thing, you can't exactly change the whole world, but you can change the whole world for one person at a time. And if you inspire another person enough to motivate them to make a difference, and they will inspire more people. And it's almost like a domino effect. I think just those single acts and some of even those small acts, um, it does a lot. And that's why I have gotten in contact and connected to the people in my country that are doing beautiful, amazing things for the community and for their country, because I want to show people in Bahrain that, hey, these people exist and you could start this too, or you can get involved as well. Um, but that's why I do what I do. That's why I champion heroes in Bahrain.
What sort of projects or undertakings have you been doing to affect that little changes in your community since then?
Oh well. Well, of course, on my Instagram profile, obviously you may have seen I have connected with people here through interviews. So what I do is that I interview them, ask them about what upcoming projects do they have, what events are going on for them, what kind of message do they want to spread, and then simply talk about that on my platform. And I do go to certain events. I have went to an iftar for workers here in Bahrain. I have done a few orphanage birthday parties, and I've showcased all of that, um, and educate people on how they could get involved and how they could join. Um, and as well, of course, I'm also working on empowering children through art and expression and how I am doing that. And that's a personal issue that I am working on for my community is, of course, through teaching art volunteer classes. And hopefully throughout this year, I can go and teach classes in other places. I have one community center that I work at, but I would love to go in and get in touch with other centers as well. I think this whole year will be focused on expanding that reach and being able to connect with more people.
And how do you see this Miss Universe Bahrain platform to affect that change or to affect that transformational change in your
Um,
society right now?
yes, I discovered that even just through being the Miss Universe runner-up last year, it opened up a lot of doors for me. When I think I mentioned this in our last interview, I think, where when I started to approach charities and different organizations, they recognized me and said, that's Miss Universe Bahrain. And for that reason, it opened up a lot of doors for me in the sense that people trusted me with coming into their space and being able to help out, because it's not just anyone that could come in and, you know, do all that coverage, because I know that it's some of this, it's a very careful process, and sometimes people can be hesitant with people coming in and filming things, but they trusted me with knowing that I would take the time to represent their organization accurately. But with your question of the Miss Universe Bahrain platform, I think the beautiful thing is that Miss Universe, it expands the reach and it allows more people to um, know about these causes. And now that I've been crowned Miss Universe Bahrain, people will be paying more attention. And with all that attention, with all of that spotlight, I need to use it wisely. So I'm going to keep on doing the work that I do. And now that I have this expanded audience, more people will know about these causes. And I'm so grateful that that will be happening.
Wow. Well, I wish a lot of young people could tune into our interview right now to get some
I
inspiration
know. Oh,
um,
thank you.
as to in terms of knowing or setting the direction for their lives. Because let's face it, people most of your age at this time would always uh, will still feel confused about what they're going through, what about the choices that they would like, about the path they would like to take. But for you, everything you've already kind of calculated or set it out early on in life. How do you find that groove? How do you find that um, zone for you to be able to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life?
Well, the thing is, being young and being my age, of course, I've had people asking me what I want to do with my life and where I want to end up ultimately. And the thing is that I feel like that's hard for any teenager growing up or anyone just growing up and getting into the workforce or getting into college. That's difficult. And it's not like I've had it fully calculated and figured out. um, Even with a lot of things, even with Miss Universe Bahrain coming, I didn't expect to join Miss Universe. It wasn't a plan of mine. Joining that first year, I was asked to join, and it was something very unexpected for me. But it was a beautiful opportunity that came to me, and I knew that I had to take it. I think what the youth need to learn today is that to take advantage of every opportunity that comes to them because there's a reason that that opportunity has come to them. And it's not like I have my final career or where I finally want to end up totally planned out. I know the direction. I know that I'm a creative. I know that I want to be a good voice for my country. But it's not like I have one set thing. There are many things that I want to do. And there may be things that pop up that I would have never expected that I would want to do as well. And that's what Miss Universe Bahrain has been for me. It's been an unexpected thing, but I'm grateful for it. And I feel like fate and chance in the universe brought it to me because it was meant for me. So then follow what you're passionate about and trust what comes to you, and trust that whatever is meant for you will be. And this feels like it's meant for me.
Yeah, it seems to be a good fit, and it seems to be a good
It's
fit.
it does. It's helped me learn a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, you're so eloquent for your age. I swear. Do you right now, as we speak, as an
Yeah.
I'm talking to the newly crowned Miss Universe Bahrain. Do you consider yourself a role model now?
Oh man, I think I have a lot to learn from the Arab pioneers before me. Of course, Evelyn Khalifa was an amazing role model. Um, Even some of the women that I have learned from, though some of the women that I have even interviewed and gotten into contact, I feel like I have a lot to learn from them. Women that are older than me, that I've had a lot of life experience that I would want to know. I want to absorb. And even for my training, I plan to, I know some things about my culture, but I feel like I need to get a level deeper if I want to properly represent Bahrain on the global stage and the entire Gulf, all these six countries, right? All these 60 million people, that's a lot. Um, I think throughout this journey and preparing and putting my all into representing my country, all of this process in this journey, I am becoming a role model for my country. Every day, I am getting more to that title of being a role model for my country in the Gulf.
And no doubt you certainly will. Let's try to engage some of the comments coming in. I've been reading a
Nice.
lot of positive comments since this interview started. They're all raving about
Oh,
your
love
beauty right
that.
now. They're comparing you to Amanda Obdam, the former Miss Universe Thailand. I don't know if you know her.
Oh,
Who else?
beautiful.
She kind of looks like Shushmita Sen as well. Katarina Rodriguez. Do you know Katarina Rodriguez? She was our candidate. She was our country's. She was our representative to Miss World back in 2018.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna look her up, but I definitely know Sushmita Sen. And those are one of the queens that I truly admire. And the fact that she was 18 like me when she won. And she has such a grace about her, such a composure about her, and I really admire that on her final answers. Um, so I really admire her. But to be compared is an honor.
Yeah, because you could really I have a huge chance of bringing that first placement for your country in Miss Universe soon. Judging by how you sound, your thought process, how eloquent you are, your how your beauty is registering in front of the cameras. Yeah, you seem to be the
That
overall package as well.
that would be amazing. And for somewhere small like the Gulf and specifically Bahrain, I think it's high time for non-powerhouse country to step into the limelight and for it to be the first time the Gulf would win.
Yeah, I know this was asked. This was asked of you during your run in Miss Universe Bahrain. But how would you like to? How would you intend to promote your country for the rest of the world to see?
Mm. Well, I think there's a lot of things that I need to portray on that stage and to showcase about my country. And that being that like I've mentioned, there are a lot of misconceptions that Bahrain and the Middle East and these Gulf countries that some people believe that they're places of oppression and that they're almost violent or that women they don't get that freedom. And that's far from the truth. Women here are, and it's almost a bit of pressure, but they're taught to go to the best schools and get that degree they want, get that doctorate, get that PhD. So they are very, very encouraged to pursue what they truly want to pursue and on the highest level too. And in terms of the camaraderie and just the people here, um, Bahrain, their people, they're just so kind and they're so welcoming. And the beautiful things that we have for religious diversity and religious tolerance. I know that Bahrain is a Muslim country in the Gulf. It's it's a Muslim country, but they embrace and welcome in other religions as well. I think that's the amazing things that they are very accepting, and I'd want to portray that on the Miss Universe stage that we are an accepting country, and even the religion of being Muslim and Islam itself, it preaches peace. And some people, when they hear the word Islam, they associate with something that's totally not correct. But Islam and being Muslim, it preaches that idea of kindness towards each other, kindness towards your fellow man. Um, so I want to bring all those lessons, all of that truth to the world and truly to the universe.
Yeah, that Bahrain is capable of being modern through
Exactly.
women like you.
It's it's
You're there
a
to
it's a
break
place of
barriers, right?
progress. It's really a place of progress.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you relate that with your candidacy? You know, when we talk about progress.
Like being, you mean being Miss Universe
Yeah.
Bahrain, like how? I think, well, just the Miss Universe Bahrain organization themselves, I think it's always been one of progression and one that takes the Gulf and Bahrain very seriously and the culture very seriously. And especially with Josh and Ian, I'm grateful for them because they have really done their research on the Gulf and the Middle East, and even giving me new things to consider as well, um, going into how what things I should talk about, and I'm grateful for that, and that's progress. Progress is getting updated and being staying consistent with all of the current news and staying consistent with all of the things that are happening in Bahrain and within the Gulf, and see that every day the Gulf is making progress and Bahrain is making progress. And my responsibility as Miss Universe Bahrain is to understand that all of this progress is being made and relay that to the world.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. You know, when you speak, there's really, we can really just admire your thought
Oh,
process until until you lead up to your to the point that you're driving at. One of my favorite contestants to win the crown. You're getting a lot of positive messages, outpouring of
oh
support. We're proud of you, Sarah Cartoons is saying. Who else? Who else? Congratulations. Yeah, Sarah Cartoons is saying again. And then one of the
my
best oh, thank you, from the Sean B show. One of the wait, hold on. One of the best interviews ever. She's very beautiful and extremely well
God.
spoken and strong candidate. Yeah, credit goes to you. You know, you're just making my
Oh.
job easy. I mean, you answer so well with our questions. So as you look ahead in Miss Universe, how are you preparing for the upcoming competition? What aspect of the competition are you thinking of focusing, or are there areas you would like to improve as you get along the way?
Oh, wow. Well, I am very grateful that I have such an amazing team behind me. And even competing for Miss Universe Bahrain, I did compile a small team where that really helped me out. That really got me to my point now. That helped me with some of the walking. That helped me some with the speaking. Every aspect. And going into Miss Universe, I'm just so grateful that now I have this new team that is the Miss Universe Bahrain team. And of course, I'd still bring the team that I've worked with previously with me, but I also be bringing that Miss Universe Bahrain team with me. I'm gonna trust what they have to offer, and because the team is what makes the queen. The queen is there to be the representative and be the face of her country, but that team is there to boost her up, and they're those unsung heroes because they help her get her to that next level and speak with truth. And even Josh and Ian, with all these interviews, they pointed out a few things that I should say or that I should bring up and remind me of a few things, and make me feel really good as a queen. I'm just so grateful. Already within these first 24 hours, they've already made me feel like a queen and already made me feel like I'm a Miss Universe Bahrain that is deserving of the crown. I'm grateful for that. So with this whole year, I mean, sorry, with this month, these few months preparing for Miss Universe, I'm be training nonstop with them. There's going to be the walking. I'm going to be training with the speaking, and even more importantly, what I would want to even improve on too is getting a real understanding of the history and culture of Bahrain. I think I do have some understanding of that, but it needs to be expanded in order for me to be able to relay some truth on that stage. I need to have that knowledge behind me. So I am going to be doing my extensive research in that sense. And I will be doing everything in my power. And I know that it will be a lot, but it will be truly worth it because I'm not just representing myself on that stage. I'm representing Bahrain and the Arabian Peninsula, all those Arabian countries with me.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Wait, you're an artist yourself, right? So I wonder if you're allowed to be sharing your own input or your artistic process with your preparation for Miss Universe.
Wow. Um, well, if I had to give an artistic side of this whole process is for the speaking, it's storytelling, and I think that's one of the things that even I've talked about before that Catriona and Pia have. And someone asked me how could I relate to Catriona and Pia, is in the fact they're both creative women and they're both artists. I feel, and for that reason, they have a powerful strength of storytelling. And I hope to keep that and to even bring it further and get that storytelling on a stronger level. And I think, yeah, we'd even say with the walking, I am a dancer. So there was some artistic input in that sense too, in terms of I'm a dancer and I know my own body and how I move, and dance is an art as well. So I think this whole process, Miss Universe, and preparing for it, it is all a creative artistic process. I think that's the core of it.
Well, well, from my end, you can even share your artistic talent or even your storytelling through the various wardrobe that you'll be wearing for the upcoming competition. I don't know if you have
Exactly.
thought of
Yeah.
that as well.
Yes, the well, I know that yeah, for things like the costume and the gown, things like that, they're still pending and it's still in the beginning stages of that. But I'm really excited to have a costume that really accurately represents Bahrain. All the national costumes have a beautiful thing that is unique to everyone's country. And even for the past 2 years with that costume, they represented some beautiful aspects of Bahrain. So I'm excited to wear a costume and be a part of a costume that represents an aspect, a beautiful aspect of Bahrain.
Oh my God. I wonder who's gonna make your gown. Will it be Fernamato
No,
or Michael Cinco or any fabulous Arab designer out there? Oh my gosh, I
I
can
don't
only
even know.
imagine this.
I'm excited though. Whatever it's gonna be, I know they have something amazing planned, and we're going to work on something great. So I'm ready for that.
Is there a chance? I want to ask you, is there a chance that you could be training here for Manila for your preparation? Because Evelyn
Yes.
also came here last year to
No,
train.
I'll be flying over. Like mid-month, I'm gonna be in the Philippines
Oh my
for all that training.
God!
So I
For,
know, I'm so excited.
for your training?
Yes, because you know that the some of the best, like some of the in the Philippines, there's just they really care about their pageantry over there. So of course they have some of the best trainers over there. So I am so excited to work with them and get
Oh
some of
my
their
gosh!
wisdom.
I
I
finally have the chance to
know.
see you in person.
That's gonna be so exciting. I'm gonna give you a big hug when I see you,
Yeah,
I swear.
me too.
Well, thank you so much for this time, and I'm just so grateful for all that you do and all the support that you have given, not just me, but all of the girls. I'm so grateful I get to talk to you and see you in the Philippines as well,
Also,
hopefully.
will you be staying here
A month. Yeah, I'll be
a
training for
month?
a month. Yeah.
Oh, so you'll be spending more time here en route to El Salvador.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as my last question before I wrap this up, I'm sure
And
you can answer this. As early as now, why should we, why should you be the next Miss Universe?
well, I think I want to start by saying that all of the women that are joining Miss Universe, all the candidates that are Miss Universes of their own countries, they all are unique and they all deserve a shot at the crown. They all have their own unique voice to bring to the Miss Universe stage. And I think if I had to say something that was unique for myself, and something that I have mentioned to you, is that I'll be the only country representing the Arabian Gulf. So that is 6 countries here, including the UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain. That is some of the areas, and that is a huge responsibility. I'm bringing 60 million people with me, and I think that it is high time for a non-powerhouse country to step into the limelight, to step under that spotlight and have that microphone, to have a voice. And not only am I representing Bahrain in the Middle East and the Gulf, I am representing the young generations. I am representing mixed women. I am Arab American. Um, I am representing those with learning disabilities like myself. Um, with all of that combined, that is what makes me me, and I am representing all of those aspects on that stage. Um, I think it's time for the first. I think it's time that Gulf, the Arabian Gulf, wins the crown for the first time.
Imagine if you're gonna be the first Muslim woman to win Miss Universe. That will be so epic.
That would be
That will be
beautiful.
their country. Yeah, yeah, be very beautiful. Gosh, the more I stare at you, the more I really feel like you really have a very commercial face. You know, in terms
Oh,
of
thank you.
yeah, in terms of marketability. Yeah, yeah, because I feel they will really hit a gold mine if ever you make it big in the pageant, because just with your beauty of face, wow, that marketability,
Thank you.
wow, yeah,
Thank you so much,
yeah.
Adam.
And the way you speak, uh, and the way and what you represent on the table, wow, just
Thank
wow.
you,
I can't
Adam.
imagine what you will have in store for us in the upcoming competition. So for now, thank you so
Thank
much for allowing me to
you,
interview
Adam.
you for the
Oh,
past hour. I had such a great time catching up with you.
me too. Always a pleasure to be talking with you. I always feel like I have the best conversations with you. So thank you so much.
Yeah. And for now, virtual hugs and kisses all the way from my office here in Manila. Mwah. Take care.
You
And
too.
I
You
can't wait to
too.
see you soon.
Ah, oh my gosh. Keep doing what you do. All the amazing stuff that you do for women in pageantry. Keep on doing it. It's a beautiful thing that you do.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for the encouragement.
Of course. Thank you. See you.
You more. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Miss Universe Bahrain Organization.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mama
Thank you,
Josh.
Adam.
And congratulations again.
Thank you.
Have an
Bye.
amazing reign ahead of you. Mwah.
Mwah. See you.
Bye.